Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The Heavyweight Podcast. Heavyweight Podcast. You listen.
We can weigh in on some heavy shit, you know. What's good? This is episode 76 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your name for the beautiful people out there.
Kevin Wendell, a.k.a. Angus and Ham. What's up? Holla at your boy.
Angus and Ham. It's your boy Mo Lethal.
You didn't say
Big
turkey
meats.
and cheese.
Big
Hey, they
meats.
call me Hunter.
So, how are your weeks and what are you guys doing for New Year's?
You mean what have we done for New Year's?
Yeah, what did you're gonna end up? Yeah, whatever, nigga. You get the point. They know that we do this beforehand. It's not fucking movie magic. We do this beforehand, and then it's released the week after. So, yeah, what are you guys doing for New Year's? And they'll know when this airs what you did for New Year's.
I'm doing what I do every year. I'm doing the old man New Year's. I'm waking up at about 11:50, and I'm gonna go back to bed at midnight 02. Cause I'm old. I don't do these parties no more. Fuck that shit.
I'm driving to L.A.
Okay, good luck.
I want to see what the flood's doing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be in my work uniform, so they all gonna think I'm repoing them because I look like a tow truck driver. That's it. I'm working.
Oh, you got to work New Year's Eve and New Year's Day?
Yeah, time and a half, baby. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh,
Shit.
good for
Yeah,
you.
that's Saturday and Sunday. That's what I'm talking about.
Shit, I work both days. I work through the night, so I'll be working through midnight. Graveyard, baby.
We all know what that's like. Yeah.
I take my gun to work and just let off.
Hydrogen tank blows up and
Thank you.
McFly, you?
Oh.
I've been doing this for I don't know how many years. I'll say this. I usually, I don't know if I have to do that here now, but I usually lay on the floor to avoid gunshots.
Oh yeah, you got 2 stories,
Random
dog, and a whole
strays.
roof. You cool?
But I've been doing that for years. That's just something that
So
was
what you saying
instilled in me
is,
since the youth.
so you saying I need to drive by your house and let a couple off so you can feel like so you can get that spirit?
No.
New Year's spirit.
Trust.
Nigga, this
sit
time I'll call the
downstairs.
cops on you. Somebody...
And they will show up quickly. They will show up quickly.
Yeah, they'll show up very quickly. They'll probably come arrest my ass, but I was like, no, I wasn't the blackmail you were looking for. It was the one outside. Like,
No, just bring out your taxes and they'll be like, oh yeah, you live here. You good.
yeah. Don't know how, rapper. Yeah, but that's about it.
Oh my god, these fireworks gonna drive me crazy though. I already know that shit.
That's true.
So I guess we'll get into the festivities then.
The nitty gritty.
Wait,
we didn't hear Hunters. Did you say yours, Hunter?
No, I didn't.
I don't do shit. I'm at home.
Our plan is to cook a nice dinner, have some quality time with the wife. Try not to OD our dogs so they don't flip out for the fireworks.
Yo, did y'all see that video where old girl's dog ate all the edibles? Dog was high.
No. I need to watch that. Poor dog.
The dog was high for like 3 days.
Poor dog.
So we're always up around New Year's just because of the dogs. We try to keep them
so they don't freak out.
Yeah. So like I said, it's going to be a nice quiet evening. Like I said, me and the wife have a good dinner and have some drinks and wait for the new year to happen. Yes, and then I'll take our ass to bed and that's it. Wow. 2023, here it is.
One of these years, I'm going to Sydney. I'm going to fucking Sydney, Australia. I'm watching that shit.
Okay.
I want to do it.
That's when you hit the lotto. You're going to take us with you, right?
Now, fuck that lotto. We just going to get it. And I'll take y'all niggas with us. Fuck it. Let's go. Take the whole fam.
That's what's up. This is record.
Oh, you put it on. It's recorded.
So, first topic comes from Kevin Wendell. He says, what are your goal changes for the next year?
Goals and changes. I'm losing weight as well.
You'll be in the gym with me Saturdays.
I don't know if I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just ride the bike and maybe some push-ups. Some, you know, get these titties going. Um, I got a couple of things that I have set time limits on. Some government bullshit to deal with.
We never
Some
recapture your set.
was it
You're
already? I don't
32
know.
minutes.
What? Well,
You
I
headlined for
was
32 minutes.
set up for an hour. I wish they would have stayed. I wish they would have stayed. Oh, did you tell Mo about that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the heckler.
They,
Yeah.
they, they almost got
The
it. I didn't
fake
even know he called
the
them
fake ass
hecklers.
gang. The fake
Yeah.
ass gang.
Yeah, homeboy looked like Mexican Master Splinter. It was ridiculous.
So Snoop Dogg.
That's
uh,
funny. That's funny.
Fun was had though.
So you're gonna so your plan is just to lose weight. That's it.
No, lose weight. I gotta try to. So I want to actually write my screenplay. I got a lot of shit I want to do this time. I'm gonna do it. Set up my stuff with the VA, get my shit taken care of. Keep a solid regimen because I gotta work on my what do you call the word? What's the word? Consistency for this TikTok shit. So I gotta learn. It's just discipline, I guess. More discipline and be more
persistence.
fictitious. But yeah, because I want to try to do one like Wednesdays. I guess I don't need to put that out there, but have a set thing to have something new and put it on the page and just keep going with this. See where we go with this. See how far we can take it next year
To the fucking moon.
to the moon. Because all that's where fictitious lives on the podcast. So,
I might
and
present a character this year too.
Oh, I'm with
yeah,
it. I'm with it.
I think I got one more. We could make a whole fucking yeah. Let's just explore because I got
Do
some
skits.
options. I got some options. I know somebody who will film for us too. That'll
Okay.
we could do this off. I'll talk off air on that part.
Yeah. Well, what about
Do
you?
they film for OnlyFans too?
Excuse me.
Do they film for OnlyFans too?
I don't know. I don't know
I'm
if
trying
he
to
would
make some
be
money.
down. He might be. He might not be down. He's trying to build his portfolio, and I don't know if his portfolio was
I'm
in
trying to
that
build my
direction.
pornfolio.
I might know
What
somebody else, but it might be filmed on an iPhone.
what about you, Hunter? What's your changes for the new year?
Just to keep my head down and grind this year. I'm gonna get hit with some stuff, and I just got to learn to just push on through it. But
Hit
it's
with
really
like
just grind. Yeah.
never mind. I'll take that room.
No,
The
I gotta
governmental.
grind. I've been acting the fool for the past couple years, so I need to like.
Years,
Oh shit.
decades,
Oh
decades.
shit.
So I need to just kind of keep head down, grind, and do some things. That's my goal this year.
Make McFly.
That's it.
Um, for me, I plan on getting in shape, becoming a sex symbol, being an awesome father, and having all the energy in the world, and going all the rides with my kids at amusement parks. I plan on releasing a shit ton of music.
That's
That's
what's up.
why I release music these past weeks because I plan on like kind of getting all that out and leaving it in 2022 and then going into 2023 just refocused on just creating more content. I plan on doing comedy in some shape,
Yes,
form, or fashion.
I'm with it.
I just plan on conquering the world at some point. Uh, my my spirit animal is Brain from Pinky and the Brain, so I plan on taking over the world. Uh, but honestly, I just want to be a positive, better version of myself. I see a potential there, and I just want to reach it in 2023. And I think the biggest hurdle that I yet to overcome was getting in shape and being healthy. That was the biggest hurdle. I've done a lot of other shit, but that one was just the hardest one, and I'm trying to stick to that shit.
What's up? I just want to be better.
That's it.
That's it.
Got all of it.
Better in every phase of life.
You said you want to be a sex symbol, but you don't want to lose too much weight and look like Al Sharpton.
I don't. Hold on. I don't want to be a sex symbol. I do not. I don't want bitches in my DMs. I don't want them problems. I don't want none of that shit.
You don't gotta be. You don't gotta have bitches in your DMs to be a sex symbol.
I want to be healthy enough that where when my daughter says let's go run, I can run for longer than 10 minutes.
John Shaft.
That's it. I ain't trying to be all that. I just want to, I need to be. I'm like with Kevin. I need to be more consistent with my posting. Because I have a lot of shit unedited. I just
Mo Lethal's meant to be a sex symbol.
No, I'm not. And then I just need to. I just similar 100 grind. I need to make the money. I just want to be stress free and better than what I was this year. That's it. So my goal is to try to eliminate as much stress as possible, so I can live longer as possible and keep the consistency in the gym. That's it.
So you got to figure that out. How do I do these things?
I don't like how you correlated sex symbol with being a negative thing.
No, it's not.
Because you're saying if you're a sex symbol, they're in your DMs. That doesn't mean they're going to be in your DMs because you're a sex symbol.
Oh, okay.
You could literally be in a positive light of creating something to where people look at you and be inspired by and go, that's sexy. And but you don't have to be.
I've said this numerous times. If I get in shape to the point to where I have a 6-pack, nigga, I'm throwing all my shirts away. I'm coming to work in a wife beater. Y'all can see this progress. I don't give a fuck. You gonna see this?
You gonna be wearing the polo shirt that's 2 sizes too small.
Yep.
I'm doing that. Just don't get in shape. I'm hating that. Don't get in shape.
I'm gonna be. It don't matter what time of year it is. I'm coming to Christmas in a. You gonna see
still rocking Crocs. He gonna be in the Crocs too.
Crocs, basketball shorts, and a white beater. That's gonna be my outfit, nigga. Everywhere.
Wait. So we just gonna be just. Do we have to change the name of the podcast if everybody's a sex symbol? Like.
Oh no. Yeah, I would never be a sex symbol. This ain't changing.
This nigga. Okay.
This is the heavyweight.
No, I just want to be better, man. I want to be better. I want to actually put effort and consistency into my other things that I like to do, and be a better father. That's a daily struggle, especially as the older she gets, the more she tests me. But be a better, and not only a better father, be a better husband, man. Be a better person all around.
Be better, do better.
Can I ask you guys something? Should I not put a timetable on some of these things? I feel like I'm thinking about this, and I feel like I'm adding stress to myself if I don't hit that benchmark.
I say you take it a day at a time. Mm-hmm. You make small milestones for yourself, and then when you see it coming, you'll know when it's going to come, as opposed to thinking of it in a timetable beforehand, because you might not necessarily know how long it's going to take to get there.
Yeah.
I just say take it a day at a time. When you start to see it coming, like you're like, oh shit, like I'm close to this happening. Then you kind of say, all right, let's try to get this happening by that time because I see it. Like I can visually see it coming. Like as opposed to just putting it out there and being like, oh, I'm gonna have this done by March. It's like you don't know if you're gonna have it done by March, but if it's right there, you might be able to say, I can get this done in like 2 weeks. I know it. Like
because having it done by March, life comes in and just
I say you wake up every day with the intentions I'm going to do a little bit today, and then that little bit may turn into a lot of it because you might hit a groove and you just keep at it. But then you just it don't matter if you work on it for 10 minutes or 10 hours, as long as you get some type of time towards something you're working on. That's it. Because like
I always say,
consistency is all that matters.
Yeah. I always say, always keep pushing forward. A half step is better than no step. Always just keep pushing forward on it.
Ask LeBron, he take 20 steps.
Everyone does. It's the NBA.
What sucks about life though is sometimes when you make that step, life punches you in the chest. So you sometimes
try to be like Kevin Durant.
I already do.
You had to take long strides. You get 3 steps
Oh, I
and you're
thought you
already
meant
across the
no
court.
lotion. I
Oh,
thought you meant no
you
lotion.
already there. You've already confirmed that you're there. You're already confirmed that you're there.
So
Oh, good
try to be
stuff.
Kevin Durant in life. Have big feet. Take very long strides.
You know?
All right.
So
Yeah, so I should take that away then, because I set a timetable to get that screenplay done, but I'm like, I never wrote a screenplay.
I-
Like as I'm sitting here,
I've
yeah,
heard.
Hold on. Did
Hold
you
on.
just say write a screenplay and never done a screenplay?
It don't take.
yeah,
It
I've never
don't mean
written one.
nothing.
No, I get that part, but I mean, what was your time? Like this year, next year?
No, it's this year.
Oh,
And then while we're talking, it was like, oh,
because
I've heard that.
realistically, yeah. Go ahead.
I've heard the timetables put unrealistic pressure on you. So
Yeah.
if you can do what Wednesday did on the show, she had an hour dedicated every day to writing. This is my writing hour.
Yeah.
In this hour, I write no matter what.
little things.
And you may finish that spring parade in a month, or you may finish it in a year. But the fact that if you say, hey, from 4 to 5, this is my time where I write and do nothing else, and you know you might actually end up writing at 10 o'clock at night. You might be on a roll. Some days
Yeah.
you might be on a roll. Some days you might only get that hour. But the point is that you get the time in. That's what's important.
I'm gonna give you guys something. Would you guys mind reading it?
Yeah, I'll read it.
I'll
I'm gonna
read
give
it.
you. No, it won't be
Can I-
right. I'll give it to you to check out.
Can I? You want me to just read it, or you want me to tell you what I think about it?
You can be honest. I don't give a fuck. That's
You want me
the it won't get
now?
better.
How honest you want me to be? You want me to be like blatantly honest or friendship honest?
It'll be however you feel, because like to me, like it's you can hate the shit, but somebody else might love it. So I can't.
That's
It's
true.
not like I can.
That is very
You
true.
know what I mean?
That is very true. But I've Study has told me that sometimes my words are hurtful.
That's fine. I'll tell you. I'll be like, hey, nigga, you ain't got to say that.
I've also pointed out, Maurice, on the flip side of that, it's not that it's hurtful. It's more. I think he, especially when it comes from creator standpoints, he can kind of disregard it in like a way where he'll just kind of rip it apart in 2 seconds and be like, "Oh, you could have did this," and you're like, "God damn, nigga, do you know how long it took me to get to that?"
Yeah.
Like,
It took me 4 months to write this shit.
yeah, like you rip it apart in 2 minutes, and I was like, "Nigga, this shit it took me like 2 months." Like, well,
Yeah. Well, Maurice had a
Weary.
good point. Make time. Make a dedicated time to it. Like for example, if you sit there and you eat lunch at a table, right? Eat lunch and write. You know you're
It's
going to
like
be
my daughter go to
right.
bed around 8:30, so from 8:45 to 9:15, that's stroke time. You gotta have a time.
See, you got a dedicated time. No, having a dedicated time will help you build your little steps.
Happy New Year's, guys.
I guess
I
I'm
yeah,
New
they
Year's.
just got to quiet with that one. Okay, Maurice.
just gonna put emojis on the screen. I'm not even gonna say anything to it. Just
Can I get to the yams?
Oh, I'll be my wife. She's out of that shit. Also, happy birthday to my wife. Her birthday's on the 3rd, so it'd be 2 days after you hear this. You guys hear this?
Oh, well,
To my
very
lovely
happy
wife.
birthday. Very nice.
She is now 36, and in the words of Dave Chappelle, there's no such thing as 36-year-old good pussy. So,
Hey,
So anyway,
you should change that topic. Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. It comes from Hunter. It is. I just saw it. The Crown Act has been stopped by a certain group.
What?
You know what that is, right?
that's the one with the hair, right?
Yep. They were trying to make it federally. They were trying to pass it federally, and a certain party stopped it because
what is it?
of whatever. Huh?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
The Crown Act was it was something that was put together. It was a bill put together to basically for people of color to be able to wear their hair all natural versus
Oh, okay.
some
Gotcha.
states do it. Some states do it. And they were trying to pass it federally so it would be nationwide. And then a certain party said, no, we don't want that to happen. But
It don't
why?
matter. It don't
Why?
matter.
It don't affect you. It has nothing to do with you. It has anything. But again, something when it comes to Black people, we ain't gonna let that slide.
So I don't understand why we care about what these mayonnaise colored people have to say. I'm sorry here.
Because we can't. Because they're the ones making the laws.
Okay.
I mean, realistically, though, we literally just barely got the okay from our own company to wear our hair.
Yeah.
How we wear it. Like, literally not even, what, 2 years? A year?
Right.
2 years?
Yeah.
They literally just say, oh, it's okay for us to wear our hair natural. Afros, cornrows. And like I said, when I read that, I said, well, who the hell are they talking about? It's only a certain group that can do this.
All right. Because California has the Crown Act. Cali, we have the Crown Act. But like I said, they were trying to pass it federally, and they shot it down.
How does that work? How does that work? Like, I don't know. Because it seems like there's certain jobs that have
how it works, Kevin, is that certain jobs create certain what they call uniform guidelines, appearance guidelines that outlaw certain hairstyles and certain dresses and certain things, and it may not be state law, but it's company policy.
Yeah.
Now, most major corporations don't care about that shit. I don't think most smaller. I don't really think in this day and age a lot of corporations will care, because I think the only people that care is people who. It's mostly most jobs where you interact with the public would really, in my opinion, would be the only thing that would matter. But I don't. It's just.
I think it's like this is like, to me, it's like if it's only eliminating one group, then yeah, it's a problem. But I've been at places where it didn't matter. Like, if you were white, Mexican, black, or whatever, they're like, you can't have your hair longer than like 2-3 inches as a man. That's just what it is. Right. So that doesn't it's not going against any sort of race in that. Some of them, yes, I get it. There are places that will do that. You can't have an afro. You're like, well, white people can't have an afro. That's kind of wild.
You said it, Kevin. You said it right there. You can't have an afro. Why?
No, I'm saying those are different things.
No, he said.
But if it's just if it's a uniform standard like that, sorry. What you say?
This was mainly because you had the black women wearing their hair natural and not straightening their hair. This really this really didn't affect black men as much, except for the ones with dreads. That's who it affected. It is mostly affected black women who didn't want to straighten their hair for work or wear certain hairstyles that was deemed professional hairstyles.
Is this just supposed to be
I love
in
me
the
a black
private
woman with curly hair.
Are they being in like
federal? They were trying to pass it federally.
Because like police ain't gonna have, you gonna see no police walk around like that.
Well, that's the thing. They were trying to pass it
because the motherfucker will pull that motherfucker.
Right. You got certain things. I mean, most women
military, they all got, it's a uniform reg.
Yeah. But like you said, most jobs you got requirements. You have to put your hair up in a bun or a tail.
Yeah, but if you're working in a cubicle, how your hair looks should not matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does. That's the problem. It does.
It should not matter.
But it shouldn't.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit went south when they did that in California. Because I was at a particular amusement park, and when they said that ain't a thing no more, there was a lot of purple hair, a lot of blue hair, a lot of on the people that don't need to have.
So there's a lot of your
barely have
coworkers
any
did mushrooms.
They might have, but they forgot to get some.
I think this is more talking about hairstyle, not hair color.
Some product. They forgot to put product to grow the hair. Yeah. So,
but like I say,
and I'm talking about
we're about to walk into 2023, and we're still fighting to keep our hair the way we want to keep our hair natural.
It's all control. Like, that's just a control bullshit.
And like I said, it's just like you said. Even now, it's so bad that we even to this day, blacks are still trying to fight for.
I go conflicted. I go to work, and certain managers will stare at me and they'll look at my hair, and I can't tell if they're upset with me because they're balding, or if they're upset because I have cornrows. So like, I'm not sure. Like, they're looking at me like, this motherfucker, and I'm like, are you looking at me angrily because you're balding, or you're looking at me like, fuck this motherfucker? Why would we let this black motherfucker be able to braid his hair? And it's like, I don't know what you're looking at me for. Like, I'm not sure if this is an anger thing because of something I can't control on both sides, or like, I'm confused. But I do see it a lot now.
I say management because you have cornrows, and fellow coworkers because you have hair.
Oh yeah, the coworkers I don't care about. I'm talking about the management. The management will look across the desk at me and they'll look dead at my hair, and I'm like, are you looking at me because you're balding, or are you looking at me because you're like, God damn it, that's right, we allowed these motherfuckers to be able to wear their hair in braids.
Hair in braids.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna go away. Appearance type things is gonna be not a big deal in the next like 15
My
years.
thing is, well, I don't understand these companies that got dress codes and people working from home.
That's dumb.
If
That's
I
real dumb.
could, I'd wear a snuggie to work every day.
That's
Get
I
you a
heard they were
brown one.
gonna
Put a
start
patch on it.
smuggling more cars.
Oh, they would not let that shit fly.
A
Hey,
snuggie?
back in package. Once you leave the hub, nobody knows.
Bro, I saw a
Until
So
they're
wait,
on the
package
wait.
road
driver.
watching you.
I saw a package
My,
driver in a brown wife beater and a vest. He didn't even have a
are you
shirt on,
wearing your snuggie like a,
like a
a,
shirt.
a hospital gown? Like you just
Passed
naked?
out,
You just got the
passed
Because
out,
I know how snuggie goes.
letting everything breathe.
Kevin, I think it's illegal to show your ass in public.
No, it's not.
And I don't know if it is anymore. The
No,
way
it's not.
some of these
People
motherfuckers
show
be
their ass
dressing.
all the time.
You can show your ass. You can't show
Shit.
your genitals.
You saw Lizzo at the Laker game? Shit. She was
Oh,
out
is
there.
that what it is? You
I
can
was
show
talking
butt.
about,
I thought you couldn't
mentally.
show crack.
No, you can't. You
She
can show
was
your ass.
out there.
It's an ass. Everybody got an ass. It's the front
Right.
part. It's the
Oh,
front part.
I thought it was still ass too.
Well,
That's why
my
you
I mean,
see
friend,
that. That's why you see that really
it's
skinny G string.
distasteful. It's
You know.
distasteful, but you can do it.
Nah.
this is true.
I saw some nasty woman on corner of Heacock and whatever in Mobile that showed that was true, and that no cops messed with her. It was disgusting.
Someone did, though.
That's good to know.
Anyway.
Somebody
I
went
have
all
an
the way.
emoji now that can describe how I felt at that moment.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
Let people be who they're gonna be.
what the hell,
exactly.
Kevin?
I don't know what the hell just happened.
I don't know.
There you
That
go.
was-
Topical difficulties. We keep it rolling.
And like you said, let people be people. Well, I don't understand why we gotta
Just
actually
let
still
people be
push this
people.
stuff.
If it
People be-
don't bother you, like I've said before, I've never seen someone refuse service or something because someone looked a certain way.
I
And
want to. So.
and I understand that I'm from California and we are more accepting of other things than other places, but people know where they live. Like, it's life.
Yep. Let people be people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Oh my God. Hey, I'm glad to know. I didn't know you can show your ass in public now. I thought you still had to have some kind of piece of material in your crack.
Yes. You can
Why?
walk around with
No,
assless chaps
no.
all you want.
Assless chaps.
Why are you so glad?
Because he wants to walk around with assless chaps. That's why.
Said, I'm glad to know.
Because he wants to walk around and assless chaps. I just told you why.
Hey,
All
the
right,
bad part is I actually do have a pair of assless chaps.
Of course.
Okay,
Anyway,
next topic.
next topic comes from Stutter McFly. He asks, do you feel appreciated in your household? And if so, or if not, if you do not, what are ways do you feel that you should be appreciated? Like the people should show their appreciation for you being part of your household.
Can I plead the fifth?
No.
Mr. Wendell, you go
Lie.
first.
Sometimes no. Sometimes no. I mean, I'm not. I've had that debate, argument, whatever, conversation with my wife, and it could be a me thing because, like, damn, I'm doing all this, blah 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 blah, and she'll tell me stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm one of those who's like, it's not always a tell me, but then again, I should appreciate that somebody is willing to at least let me know that I'm appreciated, as opposed to being like, well, why don't you do this? And I'm like, then I realize, like, I say it, and then I have to, because I think it was like recently. Yeah, it was recently, and I had to take a step back because then she kind of got into me. I was like, well, I do this, and I'm like, yeah, well, I do this, 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 and this, and this, just to try to show you I appreciate you. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
she came with the
oh,
checklist, huh?
I was like, yeah, you're right, you do that.
When they come with a checklist, just admit defeat.
But it's like one of those things that I had to, because I was in the point of like, oh, I don't feel appreciated, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, you do that. You do show me appreciation. My bad. Because the little kids, I'm not. they show it in their way. I think the harder one to get out of is the 14-year-old, but as my mom states, just got to deal with that shit because
Right.
you
That's
know
just teenagers. That's
that's
just
just
teenagers.
teenage.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Just teenagers. Yeah.
All right.
You
Hunter, you
know.
feel appreciated?
Um, yeah, I do. But like all of us, we don't hear it enough. You know, and sometimes you just need to hear it a little more often than normal. But yeah, I feel appreciated. You know, and the only reason why I know because on the backside, I know that if it wasn't for me, none of this would be here.
That
So,
means shit. That means you feel appreciated.
well, I mean, appreciate it because I mean, my wife understands that. She
Mm.
understands that. Where we're at now is where we're at, and But like I said, is it being said enough to where you feel it? Sometimes it doesn't get said enough.
Mm.
And sometimes that's where you being a couple, a long-term couple, you need to let that spouse know, bring it out into the open. Because if you're starting to feel that way, if you don't address it,
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
get a
important.
little worse.
That's
But like
important.
you said, Kevin, to your fact, you might not even notice how she was doing, how she was appreciating you. And then when she pointed it out, you're like, oh, yeah, I see that now. You know, so
Yeah.
you also got to take in their perspective too when it comes to that. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I can say I'm appreciated in this house. My dogs, no, they don't appreciate shit. Mm-mm.
The dogs. McFly?
Did you answer this yet?
Mm.
Did you answer this yet? Nigga, I asked the question. Did you answer it yet?
Said plead the fifth, and then you said no, and he kind of just started tossing the ball around.
Yeah, as if he asked the question. No, nigga, you don't turn that around. It's on you. Mo Lethal.
What's that? I'll play the fifth.
Hmm.
He said, "A
We
wise
were
man
just
shut
talking
his
about
mouth.
men. We were just talking about how
Wise
being
men."
strong friends, and now you don't want to say nothing.
Hey,
This
I
ain't
ain't
got,
gonna
this
I
ain't
ain't
got
gonna
nothing to do with
hold you.
friendship.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
He's trying to save face. But I'm like, oh nigga,
Nah,
Wise man.
you gonna
I
spit
just
your piece.
do I feel appreciated? Not always. Does she tell me she appreciates me? Yes. And I think it's like Kevin says, like she'll say, "Well, I do this, this, this," and okay, but you're not appreciated. It's not in the form I see it. I feel like
Right.
everyone receives things differently. Now, do I know she appreciates me for what I do? Yes. Does my daughter appreciate me for what I do? I would believe so, even though she's spoiled. But yeah, I do. Like I just think like to Kevin's point, like you I do I say the same thing, man, I did this, I did all this and that, and now you want me to do this, like yeah, like you should understand. Like I get that. I go through that too, but I mean she tells me it and I feel it sometimes, but
Yeah,
that's it. McFly?
I think yeah, we just got
Uh,
pop plates.
I don't feel I'm appreciated at all, but I also just do the best I can for everyone, just because I understand that's what I have to do. But as far as appreciation, shit, I don't feel appreciated at all. But it's kind of comes with the territory, I think, sometimes, because the kids they're too young to understand
Oh, you're just a
exactly
checkbook.
what they're supposed to appreciate.
To kids, you're just a checkbook.
Yeah,
That's just
You
what it
know,
is.
that's what
That's
I'm
what it
learning
is.
is.
You're
right?
just a
But
checkbook.
the big thing when your kids appreciate you is when they wait for you, when they stay for you, when they smile when you walk through the door. When they scream at you when you come through the house. That's their way of being showing
So what is
appreciation.
it when your kids just hit you all the time? Because
It's just
I
kids being
Think
kids, bro.
I get beat
They do some
daily.
weird shit.
Completely ignore you when you walk through the door.
I don't think they understand appreciation
Kids are
at
like
I
that
don't
the
know what
age
that's
sometimes.
that we
like.
have.
McFly, I can't answer that question.
They don't like and they have to be told to go say hello to dad.
Kids are like that
That's
sometimes.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't,
that
they don't
happens
even know what
sometimes,
appreciation is. I mean, we talk about it, but they don't even know what it is to even
bro.
know how to show it.
A
So
14-year-old, she do that to her grandparents and stuff. Like,
yeah,
hey,
teenage
go
no,
say hello. What are you doing?
teenagers,
Like, that's rude.
I
teenagers are
don't.
just assholes.
I haven't experienced that. My daughter done runs me every time I come home. Says, "Daddy, I missed you. Daddy,
But like
you're
I
home. I
said,
missed you."
kids show it different ways. You just got to learn how your kids show it to you. But they show it. Your wife, on the other hand, yeah, yeah,
I
they
think the
something.
thing with women is that they try to show us appreciation in the way they in the way they want to show
Yeah,
us appreciation, not the way
Right,
we want to feel appreciated.
exactly. And that's why I said you
That's
need to talk to them.
yeah.
That's why you need to talk to them. Let them know
And I
how
already know
you're
she's gonna
looking at
listen
it
to
and
this
how they're
shit and
feeling about
ask me, well, how do you want to be appreciated? I already this is why I didn't want to answer those goddamn questions.
I'm gonna piggyback off of this question and go into detail about a video I saw. It was a guy that was talking uh, on some podcast, and he was saying that the problem with women in trying to have an open dialogue about what's really going on and how you really feel. A lot of times, women, because they are automatically on the defensive, they won't hear or want to actually hear what the real problem is. So you'll say, you know, if you want me to be honest with you, no, I don't feel appreciated. No, what you originally told me that you wanted to do, like, or as far as like you made it seem like when we first got together, you know, the sex would be like this or whatever. If a guy openly told them exactly what they felt, like, you know, we don't have sex as frequently as I thought we were supposed to. You know, you're not doing this. You're not, you know, your food could be better, whatever. If we actually had that open dialogue, most women would automatically get in the defensive and not listen to what they're being told to better the situation. And since they're automatically on the defensive, it closes off the communication actually growing and getting to a conclusion.
it.
I
I
I
don't.
I,
I
I
feel like
I
that's
agree
hard
with
to.
I agree with everything he said, but I also think that goes both ways. I think
Yeah, that's where I was at.
no one likes to be told that they're inadequate.
Yeah,
That's
and I
how it's
agree. He
going to
did
be
say it
taken.
does. It does go both ways, but he was saying that a lot of times women have to be able to acknowledge that what is being said is not meant to attack. That you ask for an honest answer,
I,
but it's like, but you also
It's
look at
hard
him and
though.
have to realize
No,
that.
right.
no,
That's
it's
hard.
It's
not hard.
very
That's
hard to
hard.
have
It's not hard.
it's very hard to have open dialogue because
No, yeah,
and to be vulnerable because it's like the guy was saying in the I know what you're talking about in this is cruise season. It's like the guy was saying, like, I can be completely honest with you and tell you everything that you're not doing that I don't like. And then instead of listening to what I'm saying, is you're gonna now list off everything that I'm doing that you don't like. So instead of us trying to actually get some type of resolution here, we're gonna just start blaming each other.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah,
that happens often. And what you have to do, especially in relationships, is like we have to understand that, hey, a lot of times, like if it ain't 100, it ain't going 100. But we need to actually sit down and actually. A lot of these problems can be solved by just getting an understanding. But to get an understanding, you have to be able to accept criticism and accept accountability on both ends. Because a
yeah, I
lot,
agree.
like personally on my end, like I could be honest. My wife would say, "Well, I've been telling you this, and we're not doing this," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. We're not." And she's not wrong. And so, but just because I'm not doing this doesn't negate the fact that she's not doing this. Like it doesn't mean that both one side is right, one side is
one, yeah,
wrong. You know, both sides could be wrong. Okay, but now let's work together to make all this right.
yeah.
What I learned is when you say certain things and people come off on a negative, we say things in a negative. You can't, we as men say what we say, but we can't say it like that all the time. You have to say it in a different way. You have to word your question different. And when you come at a question that isn't more of a threat or aggressive, you can get a better feedback from
Right.
it.
As
But
a man,
you gotta learn how to, I
right.
mean, not you personally, but you gotta learn as a
No,
person to know how to say that. And a lot
no,
of us
Because
don't know how to do that.
you
You
gotta
know,
think.
let me say this real quick, Kevin. I
Yeah, go
100% agree
ahead.
with you. As a man, when you are going to address your woman, you have to make sure you word it correctly. You have to make sure that it's in the right tone so that she can receive it. Because if
right,
she feels any ounce of disrespect or you trying to talk down to her, anything that you're trying to get across to her will not get across because
right.
all she's going to hear is, no, this motherfucker ain't talking to me like that. That's all she's going to hear.
That's
Like it has
it's
to be. And it's like, and that's one of the hardest things for me personally, I had to learn because
right.
I am such a direct person. I will just tell you. And my tone may be my tone may not be the sweetest tone, but I never have malice in the words I say. But because she doesn't like the tone in which I've said it, it's received negatively. I've gone through this a lot. So like there's truth to that. I had to learn that, hey, I have certain things I have to try to say with a sweet voice. I have to word it a certain way. There's certain words I have to make sure I don't use just to get my point across to her. My bad. Go ahead, Kevin.
No, you know that. I mean, I was saying it's hard in that, even in the right tone and everything, because like you got to almost think from that perspective, where like you're telling somebody things that you're doing wrong, and they
Like, how
think
would
they're
you like
doing
if you
everything
were
wrong.
in
You know
that
what I'm saying?
stance?
So they're going to take that and be like, "So I'm just inadequate." You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky conversation, but it's
Right.
conversations
But
that need to be had.
we,
And I just think because I've had it before, like in the you get to that point where it's like, okay, look, I'm not trying to go tit for tat with you. Cool, I understand I'm not perfect. I'm just telling you what I know. I can only tell you for me what I feel, and I'm not trying to negate
God,
anything that you're doing
damn, you
positive.
sound like my wife right now.
but like it's like you're saying, honestly and truthfully though, if you go online and look, you can learn some really good communication skills that will help you stop that problem that you're talking about, where you can learn how to say things and not come from that aggressive pace like that. And once you
Well, I
can
think it's
learn those
always going to be
immediately,
perceived as aggressive
no, it's
up front
no,
I
you
will,
can
when it
avoid
first
that.
comes out.
I will
Not
say
Communication
aggressive,
this.
does.
but it's you know what I mean. Like it's
I will, I will say this. Having a daughter has helped me a little bit because I do try to watch the tone and manner in which I speak to my child because I don't want her to think that it's normal for someone to talk to her aggressively. So having a daughter has helped me, has dialed back some of my tone when it comes to speaking. Now, obviously, now when she's done wrong, she gets the full aggression. But that has helped a little bit. And what and to go back what you're saying, Kevin, like I'm not bringing this up with you so that we can now both go back and forth about what we're both in disagreement with. I have this issue, like, because the way my mindset works is okay, if you tell me 20 issues at once, I'm only going to remember the first two.
yeah,
I'm either gonna remember the first two because then after that point I've checked out and I'm trying to process what you said, or I'm gonna remember the last two because I actually listened. The only two I remember is the last two. So the way my mind works is okay. Now I'm trying to figure out what I can do to right the wrongs of these two, and then at the same time I'm trying to process how I actually feel about what the hell you just said. Because you may see some things because like you may say, hey, you're doing this wrong, but in my mind, I've been doing it right, and you never say anything about it you never
yeah,
said anything about it for the last whatever. But now all of a sudden it's wrong. So now I'm trying to compute to the part. How do we go from here to here? So I mean, like I said, it's a very delicate conversation, but both sides have to be open and able to receive criticism from both sides. And that goes back to being vulnerable, with your partner. You have to be able to be vulnerable. Part of being vulnerable is being able to receive hard news because no one, like Hunter said, no one wants to be told that you're not perfect or no one wants to feel inadequate. So
Yeah. Like I say, if you read up on a list a little bit, you'll learn how to like word your questions certain kind of way to get away from that feedback from them.
you can't walk in and
You
say
know,
thanks for my
I mean,
sandwich.
right?
no,
Also,
yeah,
also in that in this wave of things, there was a woman who was also for men in these talks, these conversations, where she said a lot of times when we have back and forth dialogue, a man will automatically pick up on a woman's posture, her the way she's looked, her facial reactions. If the moment you
yeah,
say statement, she doesn't agree with now she's this and that, you automatically react to her reaction like, oh, this shit's about to go south just because one statement I made in this, I already know she's not listening anymore. Like like she's ready to debate or go back or
yeah,
rebuttal or instead of just listening to what you're trying to say. And you're trying to say, like you said, Mo, it comes from an honest, no malice, no ill intent place. But as soon as you make the statement and you see that in her eyes, she's already shut you down. Now it's like, but imagine that for the men in those situations where we're trying to have this open dialogue. We're trying to get to a resolution. What we might not say, we're not necessarily trying to come at you anyway, but to know that is automatically going to be received that way now starts another conflict of, oh my God, I'm trying to get to a resolution. And you're already letting me know before we even get through the beginning of this, that it's already going to turn out bad.
I think in that situation, I always acknowledge that, and it might not be the best route, but I'm like, because whenever I go into that, I try to be as not threatening because that sounds awful, but like non-confrontational as possible in that kind of conversation. And then there's certain things you say, and then you get like the roll of the eyes, or you get and then you got to go that right there. That right there. We got to like not do that right now. Because right now, this
That
is like
never
a
goes well.
conversation where it doesn't, but sometimes I've had it go well. And it's like I'm, you know, how you come out with your hands up.
Like,
Yeah.
Look, this is where I'm at. Like, look, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to do nothing. I just feel a certain way. And I'm not trying to say you're wrong, but it's like, hey, and then you get you're like,
I'm
that, don't
I'm
do
a,
that. Like, can we not? And it's
I'm a,
tricky, man. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what we've done. So what we now do is we'll say, "Can I have an honest moment? No judgment." That's what we
Mhm.
say. So we agree. I'll say it or she'll say it, and I'll agree. So at that point, whatever they say, they get to get off their chest, and there's not going to be no response unless the response is wanted. That said, and then the point is, at that point, we process it. I mean, I got what I want off my chest, or she got what she wanted off her chest. I'm going to process this, and then either we can talk about it now, or give me. You know, a lot of time I'll be like, let me come back to you. Let me think about this, and then we'll talk about it. But you have to have.
I have to say you have a very, very mature and graduated. If you can really do that
That's what
seriously,
we
like
do. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
I'm saying, like I applaud that because that takes a lot.
Because
to
what
get
I've
through.
learned is oftentimes my initial reaction is not how I feel. It's just me being defensive.
Mhm.
Because
Never
a lot
address an issue while you're in the
because
issue.
because I've said many a times, boy, my wife be right, and it eats me up. I'm like, God damn it, she was right again. Fuck. Now I got to go to her and tell her she was right. So what I do now, I'm like, let me think about what you just said. Let me
type in
step
the
back.
post.
Yeah, yeah. Let me think about what you said. But that's what we do, and I think people should do that. Can I be honest with you? Because us being saying, hey, can I have an honest moment? No judgment. That's saying, hey, that's us creating a space at this point where we can be vulnerable. This is a vulnerable space. What's said is here. This is not going outside of our circle. And I think that's another thing that a lot of people do. Is sometimes
Yeah,
things in your relationship is meant just for your relationship.
sure.
Sometimes because of because a lot of times when you add a third person, you have a third opinion.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it, if this is my wife, this is the woman I've dedicated my life to, who I said I want to be with. So no other opinion really should matter outside of here. Now if I'm questioning, I can go ask somebody in a roundabout way what's going on and see if I'm just thinking of it wrong. But at the end of the day, every major issue should stay right here. It should stay 1-2. Because we got to figure it out. We don't need some outside voice being the tiebreaker. We got to figure it out because sometimes me and my wife have understand some things we're just not going to agree.
Yeah,
We're apples and oranges, and it ain't gonna happen, and that's fine. So I'm gonna sit here and have my apple juice. You'll sit there and have our orange juice, and we'll just have we'll find a way to keep it civil. But you gotta be able to have those conversations because a lot of times you can't react. You can't immediately react to everything because I've learned when I immediately react, 99% of the times I'll end up being wrong,
And
or
that's
I'll
why I said
react completely wrong.
That's why I said don't address the issue while you're in the issue either.
Let that shit breathe.
listen. That's how I am. But my wife is from the turn up gang, and she just
Kevin,
It's always the little ones, huh? Hey, it's always the little ones.
Kevin. The side note: her friends that came to the show, are they always turned up like that too?
Which ones?
The ones that were pretty much
That were sitting at the table with
that said they're gonna throw an apple at you.
Look, man.
Oh yeah, one of them. I was like, I made a joke, and it wasn't a joke. I was like, if that guy has a gun, he's not the only one. And then one of the guys was like, he just looked at me.
One thing I will say about AW, that's Kevin's wife. she she is always she goes from friendly, nice person you ever meet to what you want, motherfucker. You got a problem?
I will say
the turn up gang.
oh,
it was a very interesting bunch because I was like, damn, like they're with the shits, like they're with the shits.
Oh yeah, they were ready to go get in with it. Like, I'm just making sure nobody's fighting. I was like, you don't fight with us, like that.
They're with the shits.
Yeah, she's with
Salute
it.
to her
Yeah.
and her peoples because they were with the shit. I was like, God damn, they're with this. They're with this life. Like they're ready.
Yeah,
Kevin and
they-
jump. They've been like, let's do this shit. Let's go fuck this. Like God damn. Fuck.
Yeah.
it's good to have those.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah.
with your wife, when you're spouse and wife, you guys need to talk and figure out a time where you can talk about your issues in a safe space. I hate to say it that way, but yes, in a safe
Because
space.
sometimes shit gotta breathe. Like I never try to have a conversation when I'm angry
Mhm.
because everything I respond is going to be from anger. I know that.
And whatever
I know
you
how
want
my
to
anger is.
ask yourself that. Then ask yourself again, and then try to come at a different way. Come at
I'm
a non.
generally chill.
You
Oh,
know.
not me.
But I have the other one who, when I get something out, they go red. Then you go, hey, let's chill. We'll have this conversation later. Like, and then you're like, oh, I got to rev it down. Like, shit. You know, turn up game. So we're getting better at it. She's getting.
I'm saying 20 years with one woman, I've learned some shit, and I'm learning shit every day.
I'm learning a lot, and it's work. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, and
That's
I
another thing.
changed.
Marriage is not marriage. I'm not even
Work.
saying marriage. A relationship in general is work.
Work. It's
If
always
you
going to be
want,
work.
if you want the shit to last, it's constant work because like I said, every day we are evolving as people. Our likes are going to change. Our dislikes are going to change. Goddamn.
I thought he said Dict-size. I was like,
So like it's a revolving door of change, and you have to learn how to
That's the name of this
navigate that.
episode.
And then but at the core, you're still somewhat of yourself when you met. But
Right.
you have little things that change about you always.
Hey, a relationship is the hardest job you're going to have besides kids.
I learned that love ain't enough. That's the thing. That's
Love
the
ain't
truth.
never enough because love don't pay the goddamn mortgage.
Yeah, love ain't not enough.
Say that shit right now. Love ain't never enough.
Because even me
Love
and my
will
wife,
make you do the work and stuff, but it's not. You gotta, still do the work.
even me and my
That's
wife.
why commitment and loyalty is more important than love. People will never admit that, but it's more important because love is something that can go in and out. You might love them more today than you, and not love them as much the next day. But if you have that commitment, you have that loyalty to them, that's what's going to make you do the work.
Amen.
So with that being said, this has been episode 76 of the Heavyweight Podcast. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Wish
Year.
you the best.
Yeah.
Thank you for rocking with us.
I'm be at the gas station letting shots off.
Anywho, I've studied McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your name for these people one more time.
What was a ham and beef?
I don't know, nigga. You tell me.
I thought it was turkey and cheese.
Nah. See, man, y'all made me forget. It's big meats. Just big meats.
I thought it was anal reef.
Oh Lord, Kevin Wendell.
It's your boy Molly the Grouch. Happy birthday, baby. I love you.
Hey, they call me
Your
Hunter.
ass. Who is they?
Until next time, we hope you rock with us still. We're on all the platforms. Until next time, peace out.
Peace.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, you're a real one for sticking to the end. Just want to thank you again for listening and stay tuned for the next episode. 40 out.